Why were nearly all of Lily Vander Woodson's romantic connections on Gossip Girl so toxic? Every single marriage or fling she had was off the rails. Here's a ranking of her most toxic love interests on the show. As a heads up, Lily had a few ex-husbands who never actually got any screen time on the show, and they didn't make it into our rankings list. Owen Campos. The least toxic guy who ever came around in Lily's life was Owen when she was still a teenager. In the flashback episode when viewers got to see Lily track down her sister Carol in Los Angeles, Lily connected with a handsome young fellow named Owen. He definitely wasn't the type of guy Lily's mother would have approved of, but she really liked him and he really liked her. Stephen Spence. Stephen Spence is someone Lily hooked up with in the past. Their romantic connection wasn't shown on Gossip Girl, but they did rehash the details of it when Stephen later started dating her daughter, Serena. The toxicity of this weird dynamic was way too out of pocket to ignore. Rufus Humphrey. Things could have turned out like a fairy tale for Lily and Rufus if they had stayed the course. Instead, their relationship took a nasty turn and became toxic when they couldn't see eye to eye about Ivy Dickens. It got so bad that Rufus even started hooking up with Ivy. At that point, there was no saving his marriage with Lily. She also lied to him about the fact that she secretly gave birth to their son before giving him up for adoption. It was probably going to be impossible for Rufus to ever truly trust her again if they did stay together. Russell Thorpe. Lily used to have a thing with Russell, even though he was always an incredibly toxic person. He was so toxic, in fact, he's the reason his ex-wife died in a fire. When it was revealed that Lily and Russell used to be romantically involved, it came as a major shock to pretty much every Gossip Girl viewer. Bart Bass. Lily's marriage to Bart was toxic because there was never anything real or genuine between them. He didn't trust her as his wife, which is why he had a private investigator create files about her, Serena, and Eric. Bart often made Lily feel guilty over her past mistakes. He was the type of partner who thought throwing money at their problems would solve everything, but that was never accurate. The night Bart faked his death, Lily was gearing up to ask him for a divorce so she could be with Rufus anyway. The toxicity between Lily and Bart was so real. William Vander Woodson. The most toxic connection of all that we saw for Lily on Gossip Girl was her reconciliation with William. He was a terrible husband and father the first time around because he abandoned the family, leaving Serena and Eric with severe self-esteem issues. Then later, he resurfaced and pretended Lily still had unhealed cancer so he could grow closer to her. He used his position as a doctor to manipulate the situation, which was beyond vindictive. Somehow, he was able to weasel his way back into Lily's life, and by the finale episode, they were back together. Lily deserved so much better than William. Which of Lily's love interests was the most toxic in your opinion? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.